Hi and welcome. Business continuity planning is a mechanism to ensure the continued viability of your business in case of any disruption. Now, in this video, I will discuss the development of a business continuity plan, and it starts with project scope and planning, and then we carry out business impact assessment, and then we develop the BCP or continuity strategy by doing this continuity planning or CP. Then we get this plan approved from senior management and we implement this plan and we document this plan, and later on this plan gets activated in case of any major disruption. Now in first step in project scope and planning, actually the person who is responsible for this BCP project gets a policy from senior management regarding this BCP effort, and it also includes the project scope. Then these people who are initially responsible or assigned by senior management for carrying out the development of BCP then carries out the organization analysis to identify all the departments and critical services and the stakeholders. They select a BCP team. Now onward, this BCP team is responsible for spearheading all the activities of development of BCP. And this team is gathered from all departments, and this team then gets the continuity planning goals or CP goals from senior management, and this CP goal are endorsed in a document, and this document is also known as CP goals, therefore it is typed in red. This BCP team then validates the earlier organization analysis which was carried out by the initial team. Uh, then this BCP team identifies all the resource requirement for development, testing, maintenance, and training and execution of this BCP. And it also identify uh, any legal obligations that are part of due diligence or maybe part of your contractual obligations to any customer of your organization. After that, BCP team carries out the business impact assessment to identify all critical assets and prioritize these assets, and then prioritize the risks to these assets, and then prioritize the resources according to the ranking of the risk to the critical assets. And BCP team carries out this activity of business impact assessment in a qualitative and quantitative manner. Quantitative means that it associate a dollar value to the assessment, and qualitative means that it is subjective. Then the BCP team, first of all, in business impact assessment, identifies the business priorities, and it also rank the critical processes, assets, and any metrics, for example, maximum tolerable downtime or MTD, or any BCP goals. And it also calculate an asset value or AV for critical assets. After that, it ranks all these critical business priorities in a document that is called the Statement of Priorities or SOP. After identifying the critical business priorities, the BCP team then identify the threats to the business and the likelihood of occurrence of these threats in a quantitative manner, that is a hard value like annual rate of occurrence or ARO. Now this ARO or annual rate of occurrence of a negative event is calculated based upon historical data or experiences of BCP team. Then this BCP team calculates the impact of any negative event on your business processes, and by calculating these values in a quantified manner, that is the exposure factor or single loss expectancy or annualized loss expectancy, or also in a qualitative manner, that is the goodwill or any legal implication of any threat. So these all things, or these all risk findings are then documented in a document that is called risk assessment or RA. Then in the final part of this business impact assessment, BCP team prioritize the commitment of BCP resources or business continuity resources to the risk priority list, and that we have already in SOP, rather in RA, we have already prioritized all the risks, and based on the priorities of these risks, this BCP team starts from the top, and it goes down to that list until all the resources are consumed by the risk effort or risk mitigation effort. So actually this risk priority list is actually a list of annual loss expectancies, that is the expectation of losses in a year in a quantified manner, and these ALEs are justified or are approved by senior management. After carrying out business impact assessment, now these activities of project scope and planning and business impact assessment, we are not actually developing the plan. Now in this phase of continuity planning, we start developing the BCP strategy, or we start designing the BCP resources as per this strategy. Now in continuity planning, this BCP team actually develops the continuity strategy, and this strategy is also outcomes a document that is called risk acceptance or mitigation document. Now this risk acceptance or mitigation document actually addresses the risk contingencies, and it also mitigate the risk or the strategies to mitigate the risks which were identified in the earlier phases. Whether the BCP team or the senior management accept these risks or reject these risks, or avoid these risks, or transfer or mitigate or reduce these risks. In business, in this continuity strategy development, we also address these different contingencies as per the risks we have identified in the earlier phases. And for example, the maximum tolerable downtime is analyzed to develop a risk mitigation strategy, and then the resources are allocated in this strategy. Now there is nothing on ground which is happening, it is all the planning. Now based on the strategy, we design the provisioning and processes to mitigate the risks as per the business impact analysis. And now this is the meat of the continuity planning or the entire activity, because here we are designing the defenses to mitigate any disruption to our business services and to protect the people or building or infrastructure. So we actually protect the people, building or infrastructure by two ways. One is that we hardened the existing infrastructure, or we suggest alternative sites. Now after developing continuity strategy and designing the resources or processes, We then get the approval from senior management to implement this business continuity plan. And there are certain documents which are required to be produced or to be signed by senior management. That can be statement of importance, that is SOI, which includes or which says that this business continuity planning effort is viable or vital for the viability of your this organization business. Therefore everyone has to cooperate with BCP plan. And then is the statement of organization responsibilities, that is SOR, and it actually enlists the responsibility, or it says that everyone is responsible to uh, play his part in BCP. And then this statement of urgency or timing, that actually reflects the criticality of BCP, and it also enlists a timetable or schedule to implement this BCP. So all these documents have to come from senior management, because then it carries an impact on entire organization. Then after approval of BCP, uh, we actually train and educate the user on BCP, and we also, this BCP team actually plan the exercises in a document which is called exercise program. And then uh, this plan is tested, and this testing may include the testing of disaster recovery plan. Then there are certain other documents which were not covered in the earlier part of this video. That is the vital record program, and it is actually the inventory of all vital records which are viable to rebuild an organization in case of any disruption. And this vital record program actually tells that where and how to access these records in case of any disruption. And then is the actually this is the incidence response guide, or ERG. It is typo actually. So this incidence response guide actually narrates all these steps for first responder to activate the BCP plan or BCP provisioning and processes. Then at the end, we maintain this BCP plan to incorporate any changes in the business model or any major structural changes in IT systems maybe. And therefore this BCP team meets periodically, maybe to review the test results, and in case of any major changes in business model, this BCP team may have to start its entire activity from the beginning. In maintenance phase, we also control the versions of different BCP plan, and we ensure that all the old versions are deleted and only the latest version is available. And in maintenance phase, we also include the BCP roles or BCP responsibilities in the job description of our individuals in organization. And at the end, in case of any disruption, then this entire BCP plan which we have developed gets activated. So this was all from my side. Please stay connected to my channel for similar videos. Thank you.